welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I achieved this makeup look. This is an all matte makeup look using matte eyeshadows, matte lipstick, and the face is not that dewy, it's pretty matte. This makeup look is inspired by a summer night out. I used mauve tones and dark tones, and I tried to smoke my eyes out a little bit, not too much, but this is perfect for a summer night out or a date night or whatever it may be. I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup tutorial, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's get on with the makeup tutorial. So to start this look off, I'm going to prime my eyelids using my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. I'm just going to place that all over my lids with my finger, and then I'm going to set that using my Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette. And I'm going to be using this yellow undertone kind of shade. It's the closest shade in this palette to my skin tone. The name's on the back rubbed off, so I'm not sure what it's called. For my transition shade, I'm going to be using this MAC eyeshadow in Quarrey, and I'm going to be placing this all over my crease using my Sigma E40 blending brush. This is a really light transition color, and it's perfect for all the other colors to blend into. Then going in with another MAC shadow, this is in the shade Haux, and I'm just going to place that right below my crease color. This is more of like a dusty rose kind of eyeshadow, so I'm just going to place that right below with my Sigma E25 brush, and then I'm just going to blend that into my crease. Then going back into the same palette, I'm going to be using the MAC eyeshadow in Embark, and I'm going to be using this on a really small tapered Sephora blending brush. And I'm going to be focusing it more on the outer corners of my eye to really create that smoky outer edge. And I'm also going to bring the excess right into the crease, and I'm just going to be blending that in. Then going into the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette, I'm going to be grabbing the white eyeshadow shade. I'm just going to place that on my lid and also a little bit on my outer corner. But when I get towards my outer corner, I'm just going to be patting it so that the blending is much easier. Then I'm going to be going into the Balm's The Nude Palette, and I'm going to be grabbing the shade Friendly, which is like a really dark, deep purple color. And I'm just going to use the same Sephora brush to really intensify that outer corner. And again, I'm going in with the white shadow, the blending easier. Then I'm going to be going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow in Fudge, and I'm going to be using the same tapered brush just to intensify the outer corner again. And I'm just using very circular motions all in the outer corner, just focusing it on the outer corner to really buff that out. Then going back into the MAC palette, I'm going to be grabbing the same shade Quarrey, and I'm going to be using this again in the outer corner just to make the blending look a lot more seamless, because with dark colors it can look a little harsh. Then I'm going to be using the same white shadow just to highlight my brow bone, and I'm just going to enhance the crease shade again with my Sigma brush. Moving on with lashes, I'm using these Allure number 155 lashes. After I put on mascara, I just popped these lashes on, and then I covered the lash band with some Maybelline eyeliner. Moving on to the face, I'm going to start off by moisturizing my face using my Cetaphil Daily Facial Moisturizer, and I'm going to place that all over my face. And then to hide my pores, I'm going to be going in with my NYX Pore Filler. I love this primer so much because it really does the job. So I'm just going to place this on the areas where I have really big pores just to cover them up, on areas like my cheeks and on my chin and on my nose. For foundation, I'm going to be mixing my Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation and my Maybelline Dewy Smooth Foundation. The Estee Lauder foundation gives me the coverage that the Dewy Smooth foundation does not, but the Dewy Smooth foundation is like my perfect shade, so I just mix them together just because I'm extra, but you don't really have to. Then I'm just going to buff that into my skin with my Real Techniques complexion sponge. Once that's all buffed into my skin, I'm going to go in and conceal my face, just my under eyes actually. I'm going to be going in with my LA Girl Pro Concealer in Light Ivory. This was intended to conceal and highlight, but once I went ahead and blended it out, it didn't give me the highlight effect that I wanted. And I do work in sections with this concealer because it does tend to dry really quick. To further highlight and contour my face, I'm going to be going in with my Graftobian HD palette, and I'm going to be using the lightest shade to highlight and then one of the darker tones to contour. I'm just going to place this with a foundation brush and then blend it out with my Real Techniques sponge. And then to blend out the contour, I'm going to be using a small Real Techniques stippling brush. Once that's all blended out, I'm going to set the areas that I highlighted with my Mercier translucent setting powder. I'm just going to grab a little bit on my Real Technique sponge, and then I'm just going to place that under my eyes and then just quickly take it off with my Real Technique stippling brush. To set my contour, I'm going to be going in with my Lorac Pro Palette, and I'm going to be using the light contour shade to really carve out my cheekbones, and then I'm going to be using the medium shade on a much larger bronzer brush, and I'm going to place that all over my cheeks and my forehead to really bronze my skin up. For highlight, I'm going to be using my Mirror Luminizer by the Balm highlight. I feel like I use the same highlight in every video. I really need to go makeup shopping like ASAP. But this is a highlight that I'm going to be using for this video. For blush, I'm going to be going in with my e.l.f. blush palette, and I'm going to use the darkest tone. This has more of a red undertone, and I'm just going to place it between my highlight and my contour with my Real Techniques blush brush. I did put a little bit too much, but I went in with my stippling brush to really blend it all out. And I also used my Mercier translucent powder to really clean up the contour and clean up if I went a little too far into my face. Then going back in with the MAC palette, I'm going to be using a Quarrey and Embark to really buff out my lower lash line with this smudge. Then after that, I also put some mascara on my lower lash lines, and the mascara that I used was the Maybelline Great Lash in Blackest Black, and I'm just going to place that on my lower lash line. On my lower lashes, I'm sorry. This really makes a huge difference in every single look. Once the lashes on the bottom are nice and plump, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the lips. For the lips, I mixed together these two Ofra liquid lipsticks in Staten Island and San Paulo. So I just first placed the nude shade, which is San Paulo, and then I placed a little bit of Staten Island on the center, and then I blended it all out. So this is the final look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Inception. Yes, Lord. Mountains in the way.